Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey, and I'm going to make a fun fold card with you today. If you're here, just hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. And just making sure I am live. Sorry, I can't tell whether I'm live or not. There we go. Okay, I am. Okay, so I'm using some new online exclusives today. Um, this has become available today. It's the sophisticated sled and the dies. I'm also using for the card, I pre-cut a couple things as I do often. The stylish shapes, dies, I used one of those. All the directions and everything that I use will be on my blog on Friday, and I just realized I forgot to put so that you could see where my blog is. Okay. I'm at creativestampindesigns.com. And everything will be live on Friday, all the measurements, everything. I'm going to dive right into the card, and I'll just talk about a few other things while I'm working on it because this one here is a little bit involved. Okay, so one second. Just want to. Sorry, I thought I had my stamp and seal out. I just want to secure this so it doesn't go flying all over the place on me. Okay, so I am starting with, it's a bendy fold card, I guess. I'm not sure what you call this thing. So I have all these pieces. So I'm starting just with your basic. My card base is 4¼ by 5½, and it is scored at 2 3/4, I believe. Let me just make sure before I say that. Yep, 2 3/4. Okay, that's the card base. It's just the one piece. You'll see as we go. I have a panel of basic white, which is 4 by 5¼ and I am going to stamp the sentiment on the card. On the card, up on the top, and I'm just going to stamp "Let It Snow." I figured it was July, I could do Christmas cards. So I'm just going to stamp, and I'm going to just stamp it on an angle, just so I don't have to worry about getting this straight. All right, and then I am going to, as I find the embossing folder, oh, it's out already. I'm using the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, and I'm just going to emboss the panel. Right, and I'm just going to put it right. I don't want to get the snowflake right on the sentiment. Oops. I guess if it's a little crooked, nobody's going to notice because it's snow. Okay, and I'm just going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Just wanted to give it a little texture. All right. All right, I'm going to adhere this to the panel of Misty Moonlight, which is embossed. Not embossed, it's scored. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it right in the center. Just give it a second. Hi, Carol. Hi, Rosie. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my trimmer. You can use your scoring tool, you can use whatever you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the score lines with this cutting thing. So it's at the, like I said, it's at the 2 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to go over just to score the white. Just want to make sure it's scored. And I am going to use that again. I don't want to put it away. And then I'm just carefully going to fold this in half. We made this card last month, I'm sorry, last month. When we have our quarterly team meeting, not our quarterly, I'm sorry, our monthly team meeting, we do a little bit of business talk and then we do mystery stamping. And we made this card. So I decided to do it last night also for my class, and the ladies really liked it. But this was the card I had planned on doing for my live anyway. Okay, I'm just going to set that piece on the side right now. Now, I have more pieces here. I have a lot of pieces. Okay, I have a panel of Moody Mauve that is 2 1/4 inches. I'm sorry, 2.5 inches by 4. You know what? Everything's going to be on my blog tomorrow or Friday. So I'm not even going to give you measurements. I'm going to tell you though, I did score it in half and I scored it a 1/2 inch on either side. And we're just going to adhere another panel of this. No, I forgot the name of it. Iconic Celebrations Designer Series paper. And we're just going to adhere that right in the center like that. And again, so that I get the DSP scored. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that if I didn't get it where I need, center right with the score line that was on the Moody Mauve, I can get it right there now lined up. So I'm just going to do the same thing with that. And we're going to fold this one this way. Okay, and then we're going to fold these sides in like that. Okay, that's that panel. We have one more panel we're going to put together. And I just took a panel of basic white and another panel of the Iconic Celebrations DSP. Get this right to the edge so it doesn't lift up. And we're going to adhere that right in the center again. And this one is also scored. I believe this is 1.5 by 6.5 inches. Better be, I think. Yes, and it's scored a 1/2 inch on either side so that it will be, once you fold the 2 1/2 inch folds in, it'll be 5.5, which is the size of the card base. Okay. Close my glue for a little bit because I'm going to use tear and tape for some of the other parts. Of course, I forgot to get it. Okay. So we're going to adhere this panel to the card base, and I'm going to adhere it with tear and tape. It'll stick quicker and stronger. Hey Arlene, how are you? Arlene was here last night making this card with us, except with different DSP. I can show you at the end. I can show you a couple of the one we made last night and the one I made for the mystery stamping. So last night I don't usually stamp with the ladies at my class. I usually just give them the directions and they do all the stamping. But last night I just didn't, trying to explain this and not doing it, it was easier to do it and explain it at the same time. So I'm just putting the tear and tape on all these little pieces that are folded under. Okay. All right. So we're going to, now I'll take this panel and I'll take the tear and tape off. advantage with the tear and tape, last night I was getting glue all over my fingers doing it. The tear and tape at least sticks a little better. Okay, so now I'm going to line up this score line with this score line on the card base, and I'm going to go down just a tiny bit, not too much. Let's see where my score line is though. You know what? I'm going to give this a little bit of a burnish so I can see it a little bit better. There we go. And I used non-directional paper to make it a little easier on myself today. Excuse me. Put my let it snow over just a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'll make it work. So then that is going to go like that. So that'll pop up like that. Now we're going to take the bone folder and just give this a little, just kind of break the fibers a little bit to make this curve. And we're going to adhere this piece to the bottom. So online exclusives have started. The new ones are available today. They started, and this, like I said, this is one of them. Yeah, I gotta think while I'm doing this. Sorry. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. So I'm just going to give it a little press on the back. But the online exclusives are available, and there's also in the online exclusives that became available today. We had a special a couple months ago for that you got the glass mat free when you joined. Well, the glass mat is now available to, that you can purchase it. So if you wanted the glass mat, you can get it. There's also a couple new kits available. There's circus celebrations and Garden of Thanks, which is, they both look really neat. And bonus days started. Okay, so I have two more pieces that are 1 inch by 1 inch and scored at a 1/2 inch. And these are my little pop-up mechanisms. And again, I'm going to put the tear and tape on it because it's just going to make it easier for doing this live. Hey, Amy. Thanks for joining. Whoops. So with the bonus days, you earn a $5 coupon with every $50 order. You earn them in July, and then you can redeem them in August. And you can purchase something if you get like two $5 off coupons. You can purchase something for $10. You do not have to spend, like $20 to get the $10 off. You can get something just for the $10. I'd say get something for the $5, but I don't think we have anything. Oh, I guess we have stamp and seal refill or things like that. So you can just order that and that's it. You don't have to order anything else. But the redeemable in August. Okay, so I got those on, and I am going to adhere these now. Right, I'm going to flatten this out. You see, that's how it goes right into the card. And I'm going to put these right about here, right on the score line. I'm putting them. One goes one way. This will go the other way. Got all my online exclusives last month, and I did make a couple cards, but I couldn't do Christmas or winter. I had to wait till July. And I thought today was the perfect day to do that. Okay, so now we're going to take the other piece off. Okay. Maybe. There we go. All right, and then I cut, this is from Misty Moonlight, I cut the third largest circle from the Stylish Shapes, and then I embossed it with the snowflake, snowflake fall, the embossing folder. Oh, I just used it. I think I can remember. Snowflake Sky. Okay, so we're going to flatten that, and I'm just going to put this right about there. Put it down just a little bit. Oops, I didn't have to, I need to center it a little bit more. Come on. There we go. Hey, Morgan. Thanks for joining. Oh, the thread is $5. Ah, thanks, Rosie. You'd have my back. Okay, so here's all the things I pre-cut because I know I'm going to have a little bit of an issue putting them together. Though Amy was so nice and she posted how to put the skates together, how to put the shoelaces on the skates. My issue is when I put them on, there's a little slit in the shoelace, and this piece, you just slide it right in, just like that. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not putting liquid glue, that's going to make a real mess for me, for that with the small spot. I'm going to put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that. And that'll hold the skate and the laces in place. There we go. And the colors all, it's because of the that I picked. Was because of the the DSP. These were the colors in these pieces of DSP I picked. All right, now these are the skate blades. We're going to see if I can get these on. I think I'm going to put the glue on the actual skate though. And I cut those from just a scrap piece of silver. Hang on, I got too much glue. Hang on. Always have scrap paper at my table for just something like that. Okay. Yep, I'm all gluey now. I took too much off though. Where's this go? I didn't want to put it on the silver. I'll put the lace back on. I didn't want to put it on the silver because then it'll get all smudgy. Hang on, I got a little extra glue on me. Oh. Okay, let's put the lace back on. Let me get the dimensional on so it stays in place. I'm going to get, I should have gotten this from the beginning, my adhesive sheet so it doesn't stick to anything. And I have some dimensionals right here. I have them right here. Okay. I'm going to just put a couple right on here so it holds this right in place. Just like that. Okay, that's one skate. I think I'm going to put the dimensional on the back of this now. Amy, I am so happy you showed us what to do with this, with the laces, because I stood there looking at them, not knowing how to get them to stay on and look right. All right, I'm going to add the glue again, and maybe a lot won't come out this time. Secure that right there. Now, I did this ahead of time. I used the 2023 to 2025 ink color jute twine, and I did it ahead of time because I didn't know if it was going to work. I am all gluey. I took a piece of the Moody Mauve and I took it apart. It comes together like three strands. So I took one strand and just folded it in half. Then I took another one, put it on the top and tied a bow so I can put the string on my skates. And I figured I could cut it down after I was done. It is a little fuzzy, that's the only issue, but the jute twine is fuzzy. So I'm just going to put it down the back, and I'm going to use a glue dot for that. Put it on the back just to hold it in place. And then, whoops. And then when I'm done, I will trim this up. Let's see. I don't want it to be too high. Put another one top there just to hold it. Oh, I lost my glue dot. Oh boy. I'm out of practice, can you tell? Okay, so there's the one. I just have to see how I want the other skate. I'm going to put it down just a tiny bit. I'm going to leave it where it is because that's where I liked it. And I'll just get the glue dot in. There we go. Fold this just a little just so it fits in there. And I did this because I didn't want that big thick piece of jute twine. It was too big. I wanted it to match the laces, so that's why I pulled it apart, and it kind of worked. Unravels a little, but that's okay. And then these are going to get adhered on here, and then I'll put that on there with a glue dot. Oh, I'm sticking to everything today. All right. Oops, you know what? Before I put it down, let me trim. Now that I already took the dimensional covers off. Put it this way. Like that, and then I'm just going to put a little glue dot to hold the bow in place. Oh my goodness. Amy, I feel like you with the glue. I don't normally get all gluey like this. I don't want it to go over it because I don't want this piece to stick. So I kind of just rolled it right back there. And there we go. I know there's a loose one there. I tried to do this. I was going to do this with the sled, but the sled was way too big. So that's where I went with the skates. So that's it with the front of the card. I could put some snowflakes or whatever. And then I have two panels for the back of the card. Let's see. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the one that's going to go on the right side. One minute. Okay. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the right side in Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp it up high so I have a little bit of room to write. And then I'm going to stamp the ice skates on the other side. Oh, no worries, Barbara. Thanks for joining. Put that on the side. And I'm not telling you the measurements of these because I'll probably get it wrong. Too close in case the ink goes over. And I'm just going to stamp these. It's glue or something. There we go. This piece of it. Ah, that's okay. We're going to flip it over. Paper has two sides, right? For a reason. Okay, better. And I'm just going to color the blades with the light smoky slate just to make them look like the ones on the front. And we're going to do the laces in the Moody Mauve. Here are these two Moody Mauve mats. Oh, wait a minute, there's one other thing. I'm trouble opening my Misty Moonlight today. Let's see how dark these are going to be. I don't want them too dark. I'm going to stamp them off once. Just going to put a couple snowflakes just around on it. Just put them on the top of this one too. There we go. Now I'm going to adhere these to the Moody Mauve. Like that. All right, now we're going to adhere these to the back of the card base. And again, I'm just going to flatten it out a little. Make sure you're getting those orders in so you get your bonus coupons. grab some of the things, the online exclusive, the new kits. Like I said, the one, especially the Garden of Thanks one. That's a pretty one. I don't have any little kids for the circus one, but if you have little kids, that one is adorable. Get your orders in, get your bonus coupons. And if you've been waiting for that glass mat, so that's the card. And let me just I have a piece of DSP for the envelope, and we're all done. It actually, once you know the measurements, which again will be on my blog, creativestampindesigns.com on Friday, everything will go live around 8 o'clock Friday morning, and there'll be a link to the video, but everything will go live then. All the proper measurements, as I'm trying to measure here, and they were not right. But all the measurements will be there, the directions, so you can, get all your pieces cut, and then you can stamp along with me. Try to stamp along. I tried not to go too fast, but okay, there we go. And I had already stamped the skates on the front, but that's it. It's just, and I really like this card. It goes together really easy once you have the measurements, once you know how to do it. You just want to make sure you use the bone folder for this front piece just to break the fibers so it curls properly. And a lot of times when somebody we were talking about it last night, if I were to mail an easel card to someone, not everybody knows they open it up and they don't know it's an easel card, that it sits on a tabletop. So it ends up not being displayed the way it was made to be. For this one, it's very clear what you do with it. So it's nice and simple. I am going to plan to be here next week. Hopefully my things with work have calmed down a little bit. I get home on time. But I will plan on being here next week at 4 o'clock. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you out. If, like I said, get those orders in. There's a lot of Christmas products for on the online exclusive. So if you're wanting to make Christmas cards, you could start now. This paper, there's Christmas in it, there's fall, there's like cheers glasses, there's hearts. It's all different kind of things in this paper. It's really, really great pack of paper. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone. And hopefully I'll be back next week, and I'll see you then. Have a good weekend. Have a really great 4th of July tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's doing anything. I'm hoping to get myself we don't have any plans that I know of, unless my husband made plans and didn't tell me. But I'm hoping just to maybe get myself ahead a little and shut myself in my room and do my thing for a little bit. All right. Thanks for joining, and I hope to see you next week. Bye, everyone.